morning. Good morning. Let me know if the audio and visual is good. Hey, Laura. Thanks for making it in. You said you were going to, and here you are. Price tags in. Paul Newman. Fishyon's crazy, man. I don't know where he lives, but he always throws a chat in my live long before it starts, and it's 5:11 p.m. So it was the night before. I think he seen him on at 2 a.m. on my time. Thanks, price tag. Price tag. Price tag. I was curious. Why'd you choose that name for your channel name? Drinking out of my Ben Ochart cup. Hey, Scotty. Thank you for coming in, sir. I've got to also keep an eye on that tank over there. It's filling up. This will be a little bit of a different live stream. Doing a little tank maintenance, killing two birds with one stone. Price tag was an old high school nickname, so I just added aquariums to it. Cool. Why'd they call you price tag? Price tag. If you don't mind sharing. Looks like we got somebody over from Facebook. This stream here is going to be a little bit longer because I'm adding tank maintenance in this time. If this is something that I'm going to do periodically, I need to get a hold of one of those clip-on mics for your shirt so I can talk while working. Right now, I got to keep coming back to my mic here. Hey, Species, thanks for coming in. Jeff, how you doing, my friend? Price tag, his last name. Friend added tag to it. Price's last name. Oh, I got you. Cool. Yeah, I was always wondering about that. When I first met you, Price tag, you came into Ben Ochart's live stream. You don't know if you remember me. But oh, God, Price tag's here. Everybody hide their wallet. Michael Welsh. Wow, didn't notify me today. I had to type you in today. Oh, Michael, I appreciate you looking me up anyway, sir. Yeah, I don't understand that, Michael. I have that same issue sometimes. Oh, hey, everybody. That's my mom coming in from Facebook. Taryn Cribble, that is my mom. Thanks for coming in, Mom. Species, you talking about price tags, channel name, or mine? Okay, I'm not crazy, as my wife tells me all these. Tell me all these. Michael, okay, I'm not crazy, as my wife tell me all these fish. What do you mean, Michael? Laura says I got to check my settings on the notification. It was like a scavenger hunt to get here. Yeah, Laura, did you click the bell on my channel? I do that a lot. I forget to click bells on people's channels, and why didn't I know they were going live? Well, I have too many fish. Michael, yeah, I think I have that same issue, Michael. Price tag tuna Santa Claus, your name is cool too. Oh yeah, that's okay. I like his name too. It always stood out to me. Right now, topping off that 125-gallon community tank. This tank here, when the water gets so low, I can only go so low because those big blood parrots, man, they always freak out about it. Oscar fish, I can drain that water down to their dorsal fins or the fin on the back, whichever one that is exposed a little bit, and they're fine, they're cool. But those blood parrots, when that water gets so low, they freak out. The angelfish, it's really cool what they do when the water gets real low. They bunch together in a group. Now, these angelfish are probably the most aggressive fish I have. As you can see here, they're always poking and prodding at each other. But when that water gets low and they feel like there's danger, they all group together and stay together, and they're the best of friends. Hey, Patty, thanks for coming in. Good to see you, sir. The jungle val that I started off with like 2 or 3 bunches of jungle val, and I've split them off and put them in different tanks. And as you can see, it's just growing real well. Fish Fam Link. Geek Boys in. Hello. I feel like a celebrity with Patty's Aquatics in here. If you guys don't follow Patty's Aquatics, which I'm sure most of us do, he's doing really well in his channel. He's into the natural filterless dirted tanks. He is who inspired me to start my own with a 10-gallon. He's been very helpful coaching me. We text each other at times. But he's doing real good on his channel, and it's taken off. I mean, some of his videos get crazy amounts of views. The dirted filterless natural aquariums are really picking up speed. People are enjoying it. And I got to say, since I started mine, I'm liking it too. The plants are beautiful and lush. I never have algae issues in that little 10-gallon tank. The nitrates stay below or about 10 parts per million. Let's see. Price tag says in the description there is a StreamYard link. Do you use StreamYard? I always thought you used YouTube. Nope. Price tag, I use StreamYard, and I did put that link in there, and I have been getting notifications since I put that link in from StreamYard that people are clicking on it. If anybody clicks that link, I can get a little bit of money off that. I don't know how many people have to click it, but it's like a promotion thing for StreamYard. And it's every time someone clicks that link, I get a notification. If I get enough, I think I get like a $25 card or something like that. But yeah, StreamYard's my favorite, man. I don't like YouTube's platform for streaming for one reason. The comments on it are terrible. You have about every bit of 5 seconds to read a comment on YouTube streaming platform, and it disappears. So then you're ended up having to be on another device watching your own stream so you can read comments. With StreamYard, you don't have that problem. They stay up, and StreamYard has a lot more features and stuff you can do. They introduced background videos now that they have. You can do these tickers, these banners, all kinds of cool stuff. You can bring up a lot more people. It depends on what you pay for with StreamYard too. What all features you want. I don't get into paying for things too much that I don't need to really pay for. Thanks, Jesse. It's easy to make videos about stuff we love. That's true, Patty. Wouldn't it be nice if we could all make money at this? Hold on, let me go check my tank real quick. I see it's getting up there pretty close to the top. Yeah, it's almost up there. So how's everybody doing this morning? What do you guys do on Saturdays? See them angelfish? They're crazy. Yeah, price tag. You don't have to pay for StreamYard. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. The only thing about it is if you don't pay, they have different packages. It can be anywhere from $15 up to $50 or $100 or something like that. But for what I do, I would never need that big package because I'm just not a huge streamer, huge YouTube guy. Um, However, if you like buy the lowest package and you decide to quit and cancel it, it'll give you the option to pay a $10 a month one if you want to do that. But I just don't need it. Hold on, let me check that water again. No, let me just go ahead and turn this, filling this tank up. I am glad I stopped when I did. It's so easy to get distracted. I have never overflowed a tank, but this one was close. Saline Aquatics. My friend Daisy, who lives in Seattle, told me about another streaming platform like StreamYard named Jitsi that is free and unlimited. Oh yeah, Species. There's a lot of them, man, and it just seems like they're coming out with different ones, weekly, monthly. There's a lot of cool platforms out there. I just noticed when I started that everybody was using StreamYard. I did try a few different ones on mobile, but I didn't like them, and I see why everyone likes StreamYard. StreamYard is really good. Cool, Laser. Appreciate you just listening on your way. All right. This is why I need one of those clip-on mics so I can talk with you guys while I'm working. I'm not really prepared for this type of stream until I get there, but we'll make it better. We'll make it work. And there we go. I overdosed a tank last week with CO2 and kicking myself today. Michael, did that cause any problems with your fish? Lost more from it. Okay. Hey, we all make mistakes, man. It happens. Nobody's perfect. We're human. Um, I mean, I've never ever overflowed a tank ever, but I don't do CO2, so I don't know all the ins and outs with that. I grow my plants pretty much naturally. For years, I never used fertilizers or anything like that, but now I do use the aquarium co-op easy green because I wanted to give my plants a little bit of a boost, and it definitely has helped. However, I would say that I don't use easy green in my dirted tank, and those plants are fantastic. Are you using a cam, or does phone cam work easier for you? Sometimes using phone cams is just more convenient for me. Yeah, price tag. I actually have a pretty nice camera here I can use. It's an old Canon Rebel T3i. That camera is still relevant to this day, and it does put out really nice videos. I have made a few videos with that camera, but I'm a very impatient person, and I like the easiest way possible to do things. And your phones, your tablets, by far, is the easiest way for me. And I think pictures and videos are just fine. So I have a laptop that I've used as my main streaming platform, but then you can send a link to your own email on StreamYard. It's down below. It'll say invite, and you can copy that link, send it anywhere you want. and then I go ahead to my email and whatever devices I want to use, copy the link. That's what I'm doing here. So that second camera you're seeing is my iPad, and I can put 4 or 5 or 6 more cameras on here, and I want to show many different tanks. You just send that link to whatever, and you can bring them up. Yep. Hey, Bizzle, thanks for coming in. Yeah, Tommy, you can. They make I think they have it at Walmart too. They make a kit for hooking your Canon Rebel up to your laptop so you can use that as your camera to stream on. Yeah, I did some research on that when I was first setting it up. It's still a very relevant camera, and it works really well for streaming videos, whatever you want to do. Let me turn my water off. Be right back. But again, as far as using the nice external cameras, if I could get one that's smaller, like that Canon Rebel is a pretty big camera, and we got interchangeable lenses for it and all this stuff. But you're hooking this up, you're hooking that up. For me, I like being able to just use my phones, use a laptop here. I use the camera on the laptop. I hook a microphone up to it, and I just go. MFTQ, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. Or MFTA. Hey, Bipolar. Appreciate you. I used Easy 2, but used Fluoris. Actually, I used too much. Yeah, I have Fluoris too, Michael. I've used that too. The only thing I don't like about the Fluoris line from Seachem is the ridiculous amount of bottles you have to have. You got to dose this, your iron, your Flourish, your Excel, your whatever. You got like eight bottles that you have to keep buying and use just right for each tank. Now, what I like about that, as I understand the purpose behind it, it's to make it customizable to your tanks, which is nice because maybe the Easy Green's 1 pump per 10 gallons is causing issues in a tank because now you're getting maybe too much phosphates. Now we're getting too much algae. But another tank, it might be just fine. With the Seachem line, you can customize that. But again, it would take so much time to dial in each tank and figure each tank out to know what doses I need for what. And you're constantly buying that Seachem Flourish to get the right doses here. And I just find it easier to just use the Easy Green. Now, I'm almost out of the Easy Green, and I told KJE Aquatics, he was telling me about, what's the name of it? Thrive, I think it's Thrive. He says it's the same thing from the same maker, but they're the original, and it has a little bit more oomph for your plant. So I am going to try that next instead, and it's a little bit cheaper. You can totally add Job's organic tomato fertilizer and dissolvable pill capsules and make your own ferts. Silver Creek, when I was live streaming over at TikTok, I got a friend over there that I've met. His name is Micah, and he does that. He makes his own capsules. Wizzle says Thrive is good. Wizzle, do you feel it's better than Easy Green? You can add humic too, and it's natural ash in it as well, or bone meal. Okay. Is that stuff that I seen Patty's Aquatics sprinkle? It's like a almost brown copperish colored powder he sprinkles on his dirt before he caps it with sand. Hey, Debs, thanks for coming in. Good to see you. I can't use Thrive. I eat food from my tanks. Oh, okay. So Tommy, if you're fertilizing your tanks with anything, is it not good to do like hydroponics and grow food like strawberries and crap out of them? Is that how that works? It's not organic at all. See you, Jeff. Thanks for coming, buddy. As far as the tank maintenance go, I already got my Oscar tank done, and I just finished the 125-gallon community tank. I'm going to go ahead and start draining the goldfish tank. That tank there stays pretty clean. I don't have to do any siphoning, so all I got to do is throw the pump in and fill it back up in that tank. Hey, Homer, Clown Trigger, good to see you again. Hey, Salient, I still haven't slept. Janice, my goodness, why not? What have you been doing all night? But I'm glad to see you. Janice, I'm going to make you a moderator too. If do you want to be a moderator? If you think you can attend the lives, if not, just let me know. No big deal. I use the water from the tanks and working on growing food from them now as well. I'm very cautious what I put in my tanks because it still come back around being injected. Yeah, that's true, Tommy. You definitely got to be careful with what you're doing for sure. That's why I was asking you. You have more experience in that with me. Hydroponics is something I kind of wanted to maybe tap into. I did want to start growing some like vegetables out of my tanks, but I was always wondering about that. How does Seachem Prime treat you? How does liquid fertilizers treat you? Additionally, every week I go around and I dose Vitachem multivitamins for all my fish. It's like, do I really want to grow food with those items in these tanks? Thrive, yeah, it works, but not sure better. Okay, Blizzle. Maybe that was KJE just trying to sell something. We got Laura and Janice in here. That's great. All right, guys, I'm going to pan over. I'll put the camera on the goldfish tank, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to get that one started draining. I'll be right back. Whoops, don't go anywhere. I try not to use any chemicals. I have Prime, but I haven't used it much. Yeah, I know that about you, Tommy, for sure. So what I do is I have a 800 GPH pump I drop in there, and I'll show you the board. I cut a board that fits in my window and drill 2 holes in it. One is for my Python for siphoning, and the other one's for the pump, and it goes right outside. So when I do this, I'm keeping all the sand and snail shells and things like that out of my house. Sand will build up in plumbing over time and cause issues. So I've learned to just keep it all outside. And then I have a table out back I use. If you've seen my videos, that's where I clean my hanging the backs and sponge filters and pre-filters. Keep all that sand out of there because the Mbunas are always digging up sand and pluming it. Same with the Oscars. That's just what they do. So it gets in there no matter what you do. Coffee refill. Yeah, right here. It's a nap. Went on a deep dive on the chems. Debs is Joni and Fishy. I'm not knocking it, just making aware that if you're using the tank for other reasons, there's reasons to be cautious. Absolutely, Tommy. Absolutely. You gotta be careful what you put in your body. I mean, with the pesticides and stuff and the growth hormones that they put in food today, everything we eat, this is probably why there's an uptick in cancer because the food we eat is terrible. They grow it as fast as possible, and they do it so unnaturally, and we're ingesting this stuff. So I wonder, Tommy, if our tanks would be better for us regardless. Lady Rorschach, I still haven't received my package. I blame the delays experienced by mail carriers due to weather. If it shows up, yeah, lady, that's crazy. I mailed that out last last weekend or something or more. Definitely keep me posted on that, and I'm gonna look into it as well. Dibs, good luck. You'll be fine. What's going on, Dibs? Let me look back here. I'm going to be on panel on Fishy later today. My first live stream. Nervous, but looking forward to it. Well, hey, Dibs, that's cool. I can put the link in the chat. If you want to come up here and hang out with me and kind of warm up and get used to things? You want to come up now and kind of warm up and get a feel for that? Good morning, Atkins. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. That might be, but I'm not going to make that claim without much research. Absolutely, Tommy. I'm just jagging around for the most part, buddy. Bwizzle. Jeff. I'm washing all my plants and rocks in a tub, then dumping it outside. I need direct. Yeah, Laura, that's what I do. Let me show you this thing that I made real quick. So, Laura, I don't know if you saw that, but on one side my pump hose goes through, and then outside I hook up to my outside garden hose for siphoning. So if I suck up any sand or anything like that, it goes outside, not in the house. But then you will need a second Python system to hook up to your indoor sink so you can have cold and warm water for just refilling. But I don't siphon much anymore. It saves me a ton of water and time doing it this way. Because when you have this many tanks, especially bigger tanks, the last thing you want to do is use a Python to drain it and fill it up. That's a ton of water going out all the time. This route here, I put the pump in, it drains it. I only use the indoor one to refill now. It's not your fault, Jesse. I've had packages show up 2 weeks late due to delays. I'll be vigilant. Okay, lady. Thank you. Tommy, always take a deep dive into rabbit holes. Tommy always taking deep dives into rabbit holes. I'll be there for you. Yeah, Deb, we're gonna check you out. Not now. Thank you for the offer. Okay. You'll be great. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Some people were camera shy for sure. I'll come on here in boxers and no shirt. Aquafunk, good to see you. I appreciate what you said about me in your last stream, although you did kind of fudge that letter I sent you. So the next time I send you something, that letter is going to be real. But it was funny. Little bit late, but happy birthday, Funk. Funk. Boy, when you're doing this, you got to really pay attention. It's easy to get distracted doing a live stream. And Price says, yeah, I do the same thing. I have too many tanks to use the water siphon, just refill only. Yep, absolutely. The only thing I hate now, like I said, I do have my Python hooked up to my outdoor garden hose. I have two tanks in here. One tank now, actually, and that's that 125 community tank I just got done doing. For whatever reason, um, for whatever reason, it has always has a bunch of dead snail shells in it that are empty, and they clog that siphon out. I got to go out there 5 times cleaning that thing out so it'll start siphoning again. I was reading the words on the paper, and I do apologize for my handwriting. I'm a very impatient person. I eat in 5 minutes. I shower in 5 minutes. So when it comes to writing, I'm just trying to get it done. If I take my time, it could be a little bit more legible, but I'll try to do better. Okay. I think I have to wait till after the live streams. No, I can do it. Let me. I know that I can do it right now. I'm pretty sure. Now, for sure. There we go. Anybody else interested in being a mod? All right. That went fast. 1 second. All right, and we're refilling. How are you in traffic? Terrible. I just got pissed off yesterday. I had to run to the tractor supply, get some more dog food, and it's Bizzle. It seems like the older I get, the less tolerance I have for people. And when I see stupid crap happen, I can't stand it. Well, Bizzle too. Also, in my younger days, I lost my license 5 or 6 times for speeding. Um, the best ticket I ever had, and I'm proud of it. I got pulled over doing 124 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone on Interstate 80 in Pennsylvania. Cop come up beside me and goes, and he was shaking, and he goes, "Man, I cut deals all the time, but this was entirely too fast." And I look at him. I said, "It was dark. It was like 6 in the morning. I was on my way to work." I said, "Man, were you riding my ass?" And he goes, "Riding your ass? You went by me at 80 miles an hour and I got behind you. And what the hell do you think you were doing going that fast? This is too much." He was mad. And honestly, I only lost my license for like 15 days on that one. It was like a $350 fine. Not bad as I thought it was going to be. But the other ones were like 77 and 35s and stuff. But I've learned. I got older. speed anymore. It's just not worth that dang insurance bill and the points on your license. Cool, Laura. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you guys are fantastic on Dan's lives. I mean, you're on top of it. Yeah, that was a good one, Janice. Mod whoever you like, Jesse. You can always unmod people if you're not satisfied. Well, that's true, Jeff. I'm trying to pick people too that come to my lives a lot because that just makes sense. I know Jeff comes to them. I drive around Charlotte from North to South Carolina. I hate traffic and people. Oh, Bizzle, there's been an uptick in accidents, and I know what it is. It's people constantly on their phones while driving. With my job, I drive around a lot and I see a lot. I see people eating while on their phone, while scrolling through Facebook and TikTok. It's like you can't wait until you get to where you're going, or at least wait till you stop at a stoplight. No, they can't. There's constant accidents, and it's absolutely insane. I get mad because the light turns green and they're sitting there, and you got to beep at them. At those times, I wish I was like had one of them Mad Max cars where I could just roll up beside them and they got these spears that stick out, and I can go right by them and slash their tires. And there, you want to sit there on your phone? Now you got all the time in the world. Always dodging some kind of wreck. Yep. It's because people just don't pay attention anymore. Hey, June, thanks for coming in. Saturday or occasionally my catch up on sleep day. I got you. I'm trying to be here. You are up against the local garden radio show. It's cool, Laura. There's no pressure, man. I just appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me. And so, there's no pressure here. If you guys can make it in, you can make it in. Sometimes, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody in the world like me or like my style or what I do. So there's no pressure here. You do what you want. You don't want to come in, or you can't, or you're busy. I'm not going to be mad at you. I just appreciate everybody who comes in and hangs out. Can't, life happens. We're busy, But I will say, when I was doing live streams before I stopped doing it for like 6, 7 months, my live streams are much better this time. I get a lot more people in here. I've seen 20 right now, 26 people in here. When I was doing it before, I was getting like 5, 6, 8, and it was just terrible. So I kind of quit doing it. And since I started again, it's a lot better. You guys are very supportive, and I appreciate everybody who comes in here. Even if you come in to say hello and you got things to do, great. That's great. A local radio show. That is pretty cool. Let me check the temperature of this. Perfect. I have a magnetic whiteboard I put on my fridge, and I use that to keep track of my water changes, quarantine tanks, medications, you name it. I write everything down on that to keep track of everything I do in here. So June don't sleep; she just naps. Almost bedtime. So we've got the Oscar tank done. We've got the community tank done. We're getting the goldfish tank done right now. The next thing I want to move to is the South American tank over here with my Jack Dempsey. And again, that's just going to be a drain and fill tank. Oh, Jesus. That Tucker in that tank has attitude. That's the one that sucked on the side of my goldfish when he was in there. One second. You guys are going to see this tank in a little bit. As soon as this goldfish tank's done, I had one pleco, and I had him in this 125-gallon goldfish tank for a while. That pleco has attitude. Now, keep in mind, I have a bigger one than him that I've had for years, and he don't bother anybody. This pleco here has attitude. And he got to the side of my one fancy goldfish, sucked on the side of him, which stressed him out, and he got secondary fungal infections. I did a video on it. I got him fixed up, but he's still not like 100%. But I already knew the the risk when you keep bigger plecos with other fish. It happens. But I never had that problem with my other bigger one, and he's still to this day fine. This one here, I had to get. If this doesn't work out, I have a place I can take him to a big indoor pond at one of my local aquarium stores. I'll take him and put him in there. She already said she'd take him if he doesn't work out in this tank. And I just witnessed, he just got attitude. But I needed a fish that had enough attitude to fight back and keep him in his place, and that was the Jack Dempsey. When I looked at buying this Jack Dempsey, he was in a 300-gallon tank in the store with a bunch of other fish way bigger than him. There was red-tailed catfish in there, Oscars. I can't even remember them all, but there was huge fish in there, and that Jack Dempsey was chasing them all. It was like, he's pretty, and that's the guy I need. I put him in there, and he does. They have a pretty good relationship because they know where each other stands. That Jack Dempsey will go back at him if he has to, but that pleco will run him off too, so it's like a good balance. But I just watched that pleco getting all pissy with him. So yeah, this pleco here he's got the most attitude of any pleco I've ever had. But if he don't work out, he's going to have to go to the local store. Lady, I have all fancy goldfish, which I do like the fancy goldfish, but as time goes on, I think I like the regular goldfish better. You can get some pretty goldfish too that are just your regulars, but they're a lot more active. The fancy goldfish just seem like they're more prone to issues, and in my research, they are because they have these compact bodies where all the organs are bunched up together, and I've read it. That's why they're more susceptible to getting, bloat and different diseases and stuff like that. And they're not as good as swimmers because of their body and the way they're designed. I like fancy goldfish, but when I had a tank full of regular goldfish, I rarely had problems. Those things are tanks. But I've got Arandas in here, got calicos. I can't remember all the names. Maybe there's a fantails or whatever. I can show you here a little bit later. I just can't remember them all. But they're all fancy goldfish. What happened with the FX6, June? Hey, Danica, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. It's Toby Tobin, and you can listen to it on Odyssey. Gardening tips. I love goldfish. I am more keen on comets and generic goldfish too, but I'm a sucker for black moors. Yeah, I've had some black moors. They're pretty cool. Yeah, I just like my regular goldfish. They have some pretty fantail ones you can get in them. They're by far more active. They swim better. So if I was to keep that a goldfish tank, I would, after all these guys pass, I would probably go with just your regular goldfish. I had a bunch of feeder goldfish one time, and I kept, and they were that I got from the store, and I loved them. Some of them were really pretty. Plus, I saved some feeder goldfish lives. I found fantails, shabumpkins, and comets. And yeah, got me two species for sure there. I like them all. Goldfish are one of my favorite fish. They have great personalities. They come to see you all the time. They're not scared of nothing. They just bump around the tank with no care in the world. You're right. They're derp. They derp around the tanks. They don't care about nothing. Oh, excuse me. I got the one fancy goldfish I have in here is almost as big as my dang Oscars. Yeah, Jeff, I like them, man. The black moors. They got the big eyes. They're really cool. I was always worried, like putting anything in my tank when I had the black moors, that they poke his eye out or something. Willies and Booners are a little feisty this morning too. I was sick as hell for 3 weeks, Kenny. It was brutal. Yeah, Janice, I don't know what's going around, but I was sick too there. I had to take work off a couple of days. I had a really bad cough and a sore throat. And of course, when you're coughing that much, it makes a sore throat worse. Finally got over that, but then my daughter got it, and now my wife has it, and I think she's just starting to come out of it now. Yes, I rescued some comments from my former chemistry teacher as a junior high school. In junior high school, when he was going to flush them if no one took them. I took half a dozen. Yeah, and I hate when people flush fish down toilets. I mean, like, and you don't want to go put it in your local ponds and stuff either. Like, take the time and just find homes for them like you did, lady. Hi, Kenny, Janice, Jeff, saying hello to everybody. Made it to my destination. Cool laser. Where you at, later? You going to the fish store? Or you doing some grocery shopping? Scotty's been sick for the last couple of weeks too. They said that around here, I don't know what you guys got, but they were talking about it being what the heck's the name of that? What is the name of that? I can't think of the name of that now. But yeah, just really bad cough and keeping me up all night, not getting any sleep from it, drinking freaking Mucinex and eating cough drops like candy, just trying anything to douse the coughing down and ease my throat. And then the one day I woke up and I popped 2 ibuprofens and I felt better than I had the week prior. Because, ibuprofen is an anti-inflammatory and helps with everything, and it really did. But the next day, it didn't do as well, and I was back to the cough drops and cough syrup. Yeah, just rehome them properly. People's abuse for fish never cease to amaze and frighten me. Absolutely. Yeah, there's the fish keeping hobby has exploded over the last few years. There's more people doing it now than ever have. I didn't realize how big it was until I started this YouTube channel. I thought I was going to come in here and bring something different to YouTube, but I was dead freaking wrong. But it's all good because I met all you guys. I made some friends all over the world. But there are so many people now. Even if you look into it, there's more people where you live in your community, your neighbors doing it than you know. I don't need to buy fish from a store anymore. I can look online or the Facebook market site. There's people either giving them away for free or cheap because they're moving or whatever the case may be. You don't need to buy nothing. A lot of times they come with tanks and supplies. Oh, man, had a pneumonia, man. And I'm assuming you're getting over it now, sir. I hope that was years ago later. I got to keep an eye on that tank. If somebody can like periodically throw, let's type in code red in the chat, and that'll help remind me to keep an eye on my tanks because I get distracted easy on here talking to you guys. I hear that, Janice. We had a flu followed by COVID, still not 100%. Dang, Kenny. Whew, man, you got hit double hard. I hope, I'm glad you're feeling better. I hope you're coming out of that. Flu, then COVID. Wonderful. Honey knocked the cold out of you. Honey. Yeah, honey is fantastic. That's another thing I was drinking. I'm glad you reminded me, species. I was also drinking tea, chamomile and honey tea and things like that. Definitely teas do help. especially when we put honey in. Fortunately, yes, Laura, it's been over a decade since then, and I agree. There's so much more education, outreach, and empathy towards fish nowadays. You're right. I had that Tuesday, and then I caught it up from my mother, then flew home and caught another one on top of that. I went for an X-ray. Oh man, pneumonia. Pneumonia has been around for freaking centuries. You would think by now we could just take a pill and get rid of it, but it's still relevant. Hopefully, feeling better every day. Great. Cool, Janice. It's amazing how much people spend on tanks, then just sell their equipment for nothing. Oh, yeah, Laura. Lose for them, win for me. I'm in a military town, and why they decide they want to have a fish tank when you could be getting reassigned in a year is beyond me. But when they say, hey, you got to go, they have to sell all the stuff they do not need. And a lot of that times is, fish tanks. And that's how I got a lot of my 125s and a couple other tanks, either free or a fantastic deal. That 125 gallon goldfish tank I got for $300 or $280 or something like that. It came with the tank, the lids, lights, an FX4, and a ton of food and supplies. You can't beat that. And that same goes for a couple other ones. Garcia, thanks for reminding me. We're still good. I can look here. If I just pay attention, I can see it filling up. You guys wanted to see put the solo on there. There's some of the fancy goldfish there. How's the weather where you were at? It's been up and down here in Ohio. I always get some sickness around this time of year. Price tag, I'm from Pennsylvania. I moved down here about 7 years ago. The weather here in North Carolina can absolutely be crazy. You can be 50 degrees out, and then the next day you're going to have warm and thunderstorms. Right now, it's warmed up. It's pretty nice, but it was rainy. But it has warmed up, and mosquitoes are already starting to come. Which, where I'm at here, we usually have some pretty bad mosquitoes, and I freaking hate it. Which causes problems with the dogs when we go out. It's just, but it's up and down too, price tag. But mainly, one thing I like about North Carolina is most of the time the skies are blue and it's warm. Now I can't stand it when it's too hot. I don't do heat well. I just get too hot and I can't stand myself. So I like it in cooler weather. Winter doesn't bother me down here. We don't get as much snow. I like the snow. I miss the snow. But down here in the wintertime, it mostly rains and it's cold. I'd much rather have snow in that scenario. Especially COVID, yes. Garcia's in the house. Everyone, I'm good, Garcia. Appreciate you coming in. When the first time they want a triple, when they first list them, they want triple retail for them, and they drop after a few weeks. I seen a 10-gallon on there for 300. Oh, get out of here! Yeah, some of these people are crazy. That's funny. I actually get into arguments with people on the Facebook Market site. I love the ones that say 75-gallon tank for sale, used, holds water, just the tank, $280. I say, first thing I say is, can you send me the dimensions of that tank? They give them to me, and it's a 55. And for $280 for a 55-gallon tank, is there a stand? Does it come with tops? How about a filter? I am not giving you $280 for a used 55-gallon tank only. Some of them are crazy. But I do help them too. Like some people, they just don't know what they got. And I'll say, what's the dimensions? And I can help them out. But these people think they got gold with everything they sell. Like they're proud of their stuff. Yes, I'm closer to an Air Force base and all kinds of good deals. I just didn't have room. Oh yeah, Laura. Um, I'm actually close to Fort Bragg and Fayetteville. The booms and there, I don't know what they do back there, but some of that stuff rattles the windows in this house. Makes the dogs piss themselves. I don't know if you heard that, Kenny, but Fayetteville, North Carolina. Janice hates snow and the cold. I don't mind it. I hate being too hot. I only have leaks on the FX6 with a bin underneath. Yeah, I do that same thing, June. I put totes underneath mine. Um, I did have a leak on my FX4. I did a video on it, but that was after using the utility valve. It wasn't leaking until I turned that. And then I found the broken seal inside. But it happens for sure, especially if you have fish like Oscars and they're always pluming that sand up and it gets in there. That's why I use pre-filters on my inlet. And I just lube my seals as 2, 3 times a year as opposed to once a year. A lot of people don't even worry about it at all and then wonder why they have leaks. But yeah, it happens. That O-ring on that drain valve on those FX canister filters are terrible designs. If you watch the video I put out, you'll see how it looks. It's stupid. But I know June doesn't even use the drain valve, and I'm about to do the same thing. I'll just pick the whole thing up, and I do like draining it before I move it around. It's handy, but that O-ring design is terrible. It's going to be always be a problem. I'm going to have to go tend to this aquarium here. Thank you, Garcia. I appreciate it. Hey, passing wind. If it wasn't for my girls and grandkids, I'd moved to warmer climates. Let me check on this tank, guys. I'll be right back. So for whatever reason, plug the FX6 back on in that tank and it's making a growling noise. I may have to drain that thing and check the impeller. But for now, I'll put the power head on so we can get some surface agitation. Maybe because I did drain it down before. Maybe I just need to prime it. Shrimp Envy just love to North Carolina. Yeah, Kenny, North Carolina ain't bad at all, man. It's blue skies. The weather is It's nice. I lived in PA all my life, and you got a lot of dreary skies and overcast there. The summer's good, but it's short lived. But I don't know. I'm a hot blooded type of person, and again, the summertime down here it can get stifling sometimes, and I just can't stand it. Then I work outside in a black uniform, but it's nice because this customer I'm working for now, it's a chicken plant, and I keep all their forklifts going, and they have a very cold freezer, like a blast freezer, and it's like 20 below. So anytime I get hot, I can just take a walk, and it feels so good. Let me close that curtain. That light's blazing in. What's too low, June? Not sure about the dogs, but sometimes they can get worrisome loud sometimes. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Hi, I'm running good for Detective Lopez. Detective, it's good to see you. I think you're new in here. I certainly appreciate you coming in. Low Vaseline helps everything tremendously. Passing wind, I use food grade super lube, um, and I lube my seals 2-3 times a year to keep them nice and supple. I read about Vaseline. There's something about Vaseline that's actually not good to use on O-rings. I don't think it's long lasting, and I think the effects over time can actually prematurely break the O-rings down. I read something about that. I've never used Vaseline. I've always used the food grade super lubes. Yeah, Kenny, I do. You're right. I've got 2 Oscars and a 75-gallon tank full of Mbunas. And they're always, those Mbunas are funny. They look like little excavators. They come in, down under, get a mouthful, come out, spit it out, making their caves. And the Oscars will grab a mouthful of sand and spit it at their own reflection in the glass. But yeah, I get sand in there all the time. That's why I use pre-filters on the 2, and it helps. I leave my drain open on my FX6 with a hose attached to it with a metal ball valve. That way I never have to turn. Bipolar, that is a good idea. That is a good idea. I like that. Now I want to try it. Some sell a 10-gallon tank for $600, 55 gallons, 125, 75, 60 gallon for a. Yeah, it's crazy. Some of the prices you see on their species, it's absolutely crazy. They think they got platinum tanks or something. Thank, thank you, Jeff. I've used the drain valve a few times on the FX series, but not as much now, especially after your O-ring failure. Yeah, yeah. If you check that video out, they have that O-ring around there. It's ridiculous, and it broke. You can see that on that video, and that's the only O-ring I ever had trouble with. All my other ones are fine. Never have issues with them. Yeah, dude. And it's funny, June, when you have like I've got two FX6s. I got three FX6s and two FX4s. And every 12 hours they purge themselves. So you're constantly hearing that. But every time I'm like, what the? Oh, yeah. You think I get used to it? Let's look. Let's see what it is today, Dan. Well, how about this? Check this out. Hey, Google, what's the temperature today? High of 70 with a low of 61, Kenny. Crossing guard. Something's going over my head, June. We live in Oregon. Oregon. How do you say that? Oregon or Oregon? Hey, you remember that old computer game when we was kids called the Oregon Trail? The Oregon for June, July, and August. The rest of the year is cloudy and rain. I can't stand rainy. It's depressing. The bottom drain. Yeah, crossing guard. Ooh, Tommy got himself an RO system. Gotta go. See you, lady. Let me know. You get caught up on chat here. Hey, Jimmy, mother P. Good to see you in here, my friend. Just woke up. 5-stage RO for under our sink. Water prices doubled here, so it's paying for itself now in just under 2 months. Very cool. I thought about doing that. Everyone raves about RO systems. That's good advice. All right, honey. No more Vaseline for the fillers I have to use. Astrolube. Yeah, look it up, passing. There is something about Vaseline there's a video somewhere I watched a while back where they were talking about Vaseline's really not a good thing to use on your O-rings and your filters. You'll have to look it up and check it out, but I've never used it anyway. I've always just used the Super Lubes, food grade stuff. The worst of the Geophagus, they always say. And you know what, Ken? Geophagus is a fish that I've been wanting. Specifically, those, I don't know how to say it, the Sphenies. Love the look of that Geophagus. I'd love to have a couple of those. Price tag, I like bipolar idea with a drain valve. Yeah, me too. That's awesome. By the way, price tag, loved the video you did a little bit back about your fish room and how you revamped it. Everything you did there was awesome. I love your utility cart for going around everything. You did a nice job setting that up, and I wish I had a basement. That's another thing that I miss about being up in PA is that you don't have basements down here. There are basements in some places, but because of the water table and all the dang sand, there's not a lot of basements down here, and I miss having a basement. I would love a basement fish room. So now June's getting ready couches to make more room for tanks. That's a dedicated fish keeper right there. The litter ring, I never have problems with, June. Never have problems with that thing. But maybe that's because I think Fluval recommends to lube your O-rings like a couple times a year or so many months or something. But I just do it 2-3 times a month. Basically, whenever I clean them, every other time I clean them, I lube them. Yeah, species. I don't know what the weather's doing anymore. Rain in 10. F dang Nice temporary. You said you work outside in dark clothes, crossing guard. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have a black uniform. What I do, I go around. I work for a company called Carolina Handling, big forklift company, and we maintain forklifts and a lot of equipment. We're into now automation. We do any and everything. So it's a very high demanding job. It's very busy, long hours, and the uniforms are black. And sometimes when you're in that direct sunlight in the summertime in that uniform, I could just roll over and die. I got you, Scotty. It happens. What we pay good money for internet. It should never drop off. We're getting a snowstorm Sunday through Monday, and the amount keeps going up. Ooh, Janice, stay indoors. They remade the Oregon Trail last year, and it's one of the top games. Oh, I didn't know that, Passing. I used to play that on like an old DOS computer or something when I was in school. Nope, I don't run CO2, Detective Lopez. It's just pretty much all natural, although lately I have been dosing the Aquarium Co-op Easy Green. I'm going to try to Thrive next, I think. But Wizzle says it's not really much of a difference, so I don't know. But it is a little cheaper. But no, man, this is all natural, other than the liquid farts once a week. I wanted to give them a boost and take them off. Give them a little help. Salient, thanks, appreciate it. With more pre-planning and work than you think. Oh, I can imagine, man. We make these videos and we condense what can take months down into a 10, 20-minute video. And the magic of it's cool, but you lose a sense of, what really went into it. Sure, June replaces once a year. Okay. So do you not even do June? You just replace them yearly? Yeah, my basement is my fish man cave now. Yeah, you gotta get some baller price tag. You gotta make it that man cave, bro. Forklifts are fun. Yeah. Be right back. I'm gonna change the camera and we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take you over to my South American Jack Dempsey tank and go ahead and start training that. Lube once and replace. Hey, Big Steve, thanks for coming in. All right, we're draining the 75-gallon Jack Dempsey tank. Hey, Tara, thanks for coming in. If everybody doesn't know, Tara is my sister. Ooh, clown pleco fry. Clown pleco is one fish I can't keep alive. I've had about 3 of them every time they die, and you never ever see them. They truly love to be nocturnal and hide like what they're supposed to do. But clown pleco is one of them fish, no matter what, I can't keep them alive. And that's funny, June. Just digging through the Lego bucket of O-rings. It's all right, Tara. I'm going a little longer on this one because I'm doing tank maintenance at the same time. I think going forward, I like to do a couple-hour live streams anyways because I really enjoy talking with everybody. The activity is fantastic. I get a lot of people in here. So I think I'm going to start doing 2-hour live streams anyways. So that 75-gallon tank right there was actually a free one. The person who had it before me kept a reptile in it. Military family, just like what we were talking about. He had to move, so he posted it for free. You'll notice as the water drains, the glass has permanent like calcium buildup. It's white, and I cannot get that out. I have tried every trick. It's just the old tank syndrome. I talked to Father Fish about it. He said it's just not going to happen. But when it's filled up with water, it's not too bad, and it was free. So unless I find another 75-gallon tank that's got clear glass that's free or super cheap, it's just not worth swapping out and stressing the fish and moving all the sand and disturbing the bacteria and all that stuff. So like I say, when it's filled with water, I'm happy with it. Yep. Yep, it's glass, Oscar. Or June. Oh, yeah. That's an 800 GPH pump, I think. Drain fast, fill it slow. Yeah, June, I tried that. I tried all the tricks. I can't remember the name of that stuff that you can do for this issue, but I did it and it didn't work. I tried Barkeeper's Friend. I tried everything. It will not. It's just permanently etched in that glass. It will not come out. Hey, Animal, thanks for coming in. All right, now we're refilling. Look at that pleco going nuts. That's the most spastic pleco I've ever had. Look at Jack Dempsey. He ain't afraid of nothing. June getting rid of all the little tanks. She likes the big tanks and the Oscars. My Jacks were great parents. I love them. That's the first one I ever had, and I really enjoy them. They're super pretty, colorful. Now I'm going to have to look into this FX6 goldfish filter canister. I have to look into that impeller. What's going on with that? After this tank, obviously, next in line is the 75-gallon Mbuna tank. And you'll see that process. I do like to use the cichlid lake salt in there when I refill. You're going to see lots of little fish in there, a lot of babies. Price tag, that would be the Geophagus. I can't never say it. Sveni. I love those Geophagus. Are very pretty. If I was going to get another fish, it would be that Geophagus. Yeah, June. I do have the sand problem in my Oscar tank and the Mbuna tank, but I do not never have the sand issue in the goldfish tank. They just don't disrupt the sand. And I just cleaned that filter. I just cleaned that FX6 in November. Price tag, what's your real name, if I can ask? Joe. I'm going to start calling you Joe if you're fine with that. Huh? Why can't I never get these camera angles right? This is a priceless tool. Not really. There's a price tag on it. Price tag. Joe. Everyone's saying Joe. So is your name Joe? It's dark underneath my skin. I can't see my plug, so I have to. And I use this with the light and the thing. This also does red and green. That's right, Jim. You're right. I'm taking appointments. Hey, Foxy, thanks for coming in. Getting up there on that tank. Most like price tag for my high school nickname, but either works. Whatever, man. I'll probably end up calling the price tag anyways. Yeah. I'm taking appointments. Just let me know. I'm best going. So in my 55-gallon Tiger Barb tank beside me here, I had a Tiger Barb that developed a little bit of bloat, so I was giving them some 30-minute Epsom salt baths. Well, on that last one, I left the room, came back in, and noticed Tiger Barb wasn't in the bucket anymore. I'm so glad when I was walking in, I didn't step on him. He was on the floor. He wasn't there for more than 1 or 2 minutes. I'm like, oh crap. I reached down, pick him up, and he had like dog fur stuck on him. And I threw him back in the tank, added some Seachem stress guard to help him relax. And he was clearly stressed. He's still alive, he's fine, but then he developed like a fungal infection. And I'm assuming maybe he got hurt when he jumped out of the bucket, bouncing on things on the way down to the floor. So I started dosing Seachem Paragard. I like Seachem Paragard because it's quick, it's easy to use. You don't have to worry about powders. Some people even dose Paragard as just a preventative at times. It's not harsh. It's easy on everything. And it seemed to take care of the fungal for the most part. Now, I've noticed this morning he still has a patch there. So I'm going to go ahead and be doing water change in this tank, and then I may dose erythromycin to help kick that in the butt. Maximus. So what are you guys getting into this Saturday? What's Foxy do on Saturdays? Jimmy motherfucking P. Every time I say that, Jimmy, I picture in my head that I sound like Negan from The Walking Dead. You know how he talks? Little pig, little pig. Jimmy P, Jimmy motherfucking P. How you doing? Everybody knows Negan. I like Negan. I can help it. There's a dude on TikTok that does his likeness, and he's fantastic. MFTA is going to watch streams and relaxing, or I have to run my karaoke show. Oh, cool. Karaoke show. Very cool. Every day starts off with making coffee and dusting all fry tanks. Where it goes from there, who knows? Today we both have the flu, so probably not too much. Oh yeah, oh no, you need to just drink water and tea and chill out. Vibes Aquatics made it in. What's up, buddy? Kalish, hello. Good to see you. We're about topped off on the 75 gallon. We're gonna move the Mbuna tank. Bunny Viper, how you doing? How you doing? Vibes is drinking fourth cup of coffee. Good lord. No wonder you're always jacked up. You're jacked up on caffeine. Bunny Viper. Species. Don't forget, anyone in chat, put code red in the chat to remind me that my tank is filling and I don't get distracted. I have never, ever overfilled a tank. But when you're on here babysitting, not babysitting, but when you're engaging with you guys on StreamYard and enjoying yourself, you tend to forget real quick that you're filling a tank. Still caffeinating. So blanket, hello. I'm assuming blanket, hello. Appreciate you coming in. Lisa Scotty, I've been watching. It said, thanks, Janice. Yeah, Janice, you do the stop signs for Dan. What can we do for this channel if I'm doing this? What we do something different. What can we use? I don't want a stop sign. I want something else. I want like that poop emoji or something. I don't know. Code red is getting close. Code red. Let's do the alarm, the red alarm emoji. Jimmy P. Jimmy P. What? What's it doing? Face red. Smiling. Face red. Smiling live. Face red. Smiling live. What is it? Everybody been sick. When do you want the code red? Like how many inches? Maybe like an inch from the bottom of that top trim. All right, guys, look here. Now, this next tank we're about to do, I'm going to show it to you. If there's anybody around you listening, make sure that you go to a room that no one can hear you. The 75-gallon Boona tank we're going to do next. I'm pretty sure that I have some super secret, hidden, crypto clearance, never seen before fish in here that mated with my Boonas and created like an alien versus predator fish. You remember that movie when the alien and the predator became one? Pretty sure I got that going on here in this tank. I always forget the name of this fish. When I got this tank set up, I had 10 Mbunas, and then I had this other fish. I'm gonna put the camera on him. Yeah, that's right, Jimmy P. Don't let anybody see. Laura beat me to it, Laura. The poop emoji. I changed my mind on that. Let's do the red alarm thing. Unless everybody likes the poop emoji. That was my attempt at a code red. Thanks, Kalish. That ain't no joke. I don't want to overfill a tank. Okay. All right. I need everybody to pay attention. I always forget the name of this fish if it's out. Let me see. Maybe you can tell me what it is. I keep forgetting. Okay, it's like silver and white. It's usually over here on the right side of the screen. I'm hoping she comes out. I always forget the name of the dang fish. But it's not an Mbuna, but it is an African cichlid. But they will mate with other species. I just gotta get her to come out. Which alarm? Any red alarm, they're badass. Cool one. Look like a cool one. All right. Is that her back there? No. All right, let me look it up real quick because it's probably not going to come out. I'm looking for my Google history. Thanks, species. Yeah, man. These, like I say, I started with 10 of these Mbunas, and now I got all kinds of different colors. Yeah, bipolar. The only finesse that I have found that'll work with these guys, because like I said, I do put the cichlid lake in. This pH is upwards of 7.8 to 8.0, which is naturally buffered by the Texas Holy Rock and the sand. Those are Java ferns. They're not the healthiest Java ferns, but they have not fully died off, and I don't think the fish like the taste of them. Man, I can't never remember that. Okay, so the fish I'm trying to figure out, it's white, it's smaller. It does not get maybe 5 inches. It has those black markings up by its gills. I know that don't help much. Oh God, what is the name of that damn thing? So I think what happened was I don't want to butcher your name, sir. Clayton Antunes. Appreciate you coming in. Greetings to you. Bipolar. If this fish would come out, it is a cichlid, but it's not an mbuna. And I looked it up. They will mate with other species of fish, and they have, and I have got some really cool looking mbunas in here from it. I see that one right there. Right there. You guys see that fish right there by the with the black marks by the gill coming up? Right there, behind that blue one. She's like a white right there. Right there with that black markings. Okay, guys. So I'm sorry about moving this camera around. Did you guys see that fish by the? I have a AC 110 in that for a secondary filtration. Right by this one stem of that inlet of that filter, there's a white fish with black near the gills. I can't never remember the name of that fish. Can you help me out? Right here she is. That one. That one. Did you guys see it? Did you see the one I was pointing to? Lots of people have them. I just constantly forget the name of it. Right there she is again coming out. Got that black coming off the eye, swimming around right in the front there. I've looked it up. I've figured the name out a few times, but I always forget. It's a long name. Well, that fish is not an mbuna. It is a cichlid, but it is not an mbuna. And they will breed with other species of fish. And it did breed with some of my mbunas. And if you pay attention and watch the video, you're going to see these white, small colored mbunas swimming around. They have the stripes, like the vertical stripes, like that blue one you see in the center. But it also has that black marking on the eye of that fish. And they have made some really cool looking mbunas. Mbuna species mix thing. I just can't never remember the name of it. But I'll try to get that camera angled a little better. You can see their babies. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to feed them again a little bit so they all come out and you can get a good look at all the brand new babies and fish. You guys want to see that? I'm going to give them some extreme community crepe mixed with extreme supply. They're all going to come out and you guys get a good look at all these fish. Some get special markings just from breeding. I've had some do that from experience. Yeah, price tag. Definitely. Now they're moving a little bit too fast for that iPad camera. But if you look at all them small little mbunas, I got a ton. And it used to be I just had blue ones. Now I'm getting white, off-white, orange, rusties even had a hand in breeding in there. I got all kinds of sweet looking mbunas now. I'm trying to adjust that camera a little bit more. As you can see, all them smaller fish. Some of them are small that you can't see, and they're hiding in the rocks. Let me look that up, price tag. No, it is not that price tag. Yeah, Laura, that's just some Texas Holy Rock that you can piece together. They fit together like a puzzle great. The one on the left side is really heavy. I had to put a hefty piece of driftwood under it to keep it off the glass because I didn't do the whole light diffusion trick. But lots of little caves. They make the caves too. They dig out from under it and excavate it. I'm still looking for this fish because it's driving me crazy. The name of this thing is super long, and I've seen other YouTubers having them. I just can't remember the name of it. I think it might be in the Brichardi family. Well, here we go. I think I found it. I think it's a Brichardi. They're from Lake Tanganyika. Okay, I got it. The name of that fish is the Neolamp prologus Brichardi. So you can see how it's easy to not understand. Remember the name of that fish, Neo Lamprologus Brichardi. I got that fish by accident when I was getting them Bunas, and it was way smaller than the rest of them, and nobody bothered it. To this day, nobody bothers that fish. And I do believe that she has, and I mean, obviously, Lake Tanganyika, Lake Malawi, they're all around that area, but they are a different species than the Mbunas. And she did mate with them, and I do believe that I've got three, four, five, or six fish in there as a result from it, and they are pretty. Mine is like albino. There's some that are really colorful. I could be wrong, but I know that it's in the Brichardi family. I just don't know which one. It's not as colorful as these ones I'm looking up. It's just more white, but I believe it's a yeah. That's a neat looking one for sure. Yeah. Look that up. Neoliphrologis Brichardi Bacardi. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start draining the Mbuna tank, and we're gonna go ahead and give them a water change. Is that you? Oh, and there we go. It's draining. Oh yeah, price tag. I'll be jumping over and seeing him. Um, he goes on at an hour. I'll probably jump off of this string here at like 11:30. He had Jedish, you're right. He did. I just couldn't. I can never remember the name to look it up. When I first started getting all these little tiny babies in this Mbuna tank, um, I had to be careful when using this pump. I would wrap the intake with like a media bag so they didn't get sucked in. But now I think most of them are big enough to where they won't get sucked in. But there are some little ones there that could get in there, but they're smart enough to stay away from it. Yeah, Ben has some awesome cichlids. He also has a 300-gallon tank that I would probably go there and pin him to a cross and steal it. Okay, I got some properties to tend to. I'll meet you back there. Great live stream. Love the communication. Thanks, Price Tag. Appreciate you coming in and love your activity. Be safe, man. I'll see you over there. I'm going to go ahead and mix up my cichlid lake salt and get it pre-dissolved. M&C, thanks for coming in. Thanks, Vibes. So yeah, I'll drain that down. I know I do, but I drain about 3/4 of my tanks. I dose for about 50 gallons of Cichlid Lake salt. So that's 3/4 of a teaspoon for every 10 gallons. I pre-dissolve that. No. Well, the weather has been saying it's supposed to rain, and I don't think it's changed. I think we do have some rain coming, but right now it's not. The only plans I had was to just do my tank maintenance, do the live stream here, and then go check out Ben Ochart a little bit and see what the fam wants to do. Vibes, I got that at Lowe's, man. It's just your simple like pond pump. It's 800 GPH. It does great. It comes with that ribbed hose for it. You just plug it in and go, and it does a really good job for me. Drains decently fast. Be right back. Now I just got to fill it up. 800 GPH on the pump. Yeah, man. I do. I do like 3/4, 50%, 75%. It but I do it because I don't do water changes but once a month now. So when I do it, I do them big. It saves on water. It saves on time. Ooh, so. That's something for discussion. Do we do the only reason why I started doing monthly water change? I used to do it bi-weekly. Um, then I realized my nitrate levels were always staying below 40 ppm, 20 ppm, and it's not till I hit that month mark do I start getting up there in nitrates a little bit, maybe approaching 80. Is it best to do bi-weekly? Because when we do water changes, we're not just getting rid of them nitrates. We are also adding minerals back into the water, which is great for the fish. And religiously, I did it every 2 weeks. But I'm not seeing any difference in any of the fish, any of the tanks by doing it monthly. There's no ill effects. The fish are happy. How they're breeding like crazy. Um, and some fish get stressed out by water changes. So is it better to do it every 2 weeks versus once a month? I definitely don't do it weekly. I started off like that. I think weekly water changes. It depends. Everybody's tank's different. Sometimes they need weekly water changes. Kev has to do like he has like that much water left. And he does it every week. because his nitrates just get crazy hot. But I don't know. I think he does a little much than needed. What the heck was that? But let me know you guys' thoughts on frequency of water changes. Cool, bunny. So you do water changes every 3 months on most tanks, sometimes 6 months, and that's if they need it. Yeah, I mean, see, I'm on them lines too, man. Water changes stresses some fish out, and I'm talking to local fish stores and talking to other fish, and my own experience and talking to other people. You know, weekly water changes, almost unless you have an issue or your fish requires it for some reason, is just unnecessary, in my opinion. Every 2 weeks was cool, but um, even every 2 weeks, the water bills keep going up. Um, time, especially when you have multiple tanks, it takes a lot of time up to do water changes in this many tanks weekly or bi-weekly. So I started going to monthly. I test my tanks weekly. My nitrates stay good. The fish are healthy. So I do it once a month. But when I do it, I do big ones. I don't do it to where the fish are on their side flopping around, but I at least pull out probably three quarters, 75% of the water. Get out as many nitrates as I can. And while this one's filling up, I'm pre-dissolving my cichlid lake salt. Here, and I get you one of them good stuff spoons for when you go out and get ice cream. Great for stirring. Let me check that temperature coming into the tank. Pretty good. I usually do 50%, about all I need to do. My Oscar tank gets no more than 50%. Yeah, I got you on that for sure. And most of my tanks, I don't even have to do any siphoning. There's not a lot of uneaten food and food in my tanks. I only have one tank now, that 125 community tank behind me, because there's a big pleco in there and it poops a lot. I have to get that out. But other than that, it's mostly just drain and refill. After this tank is filled up, I'm going to do the 55-gallon Tiger Bar tank beside me here, and then that'll probably be it for the stream. I'm going to go ahead and get off because I got some more tanks to do, and that O chart's going live in about 45 minutes. I do have a Tiger Bar in here I need to tend to. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, he's got some fungal issues because he jumped out of a bucket, landed on the carpet, and stressed him out. Maybe he got hurt a little bit, but I've treated him. I got most of it gone, but I do need to do a good water change in it. And then for whatever reason in this 55-gallon tank, I have so much trouble with cyanobacteria. I've killed it twice with erythromycin. It just keeps coming back. Now, it's not too bad like it was, but I'm definitely going to get that sucked out of there and cleaned up. Paul says hi, Janice. And Bob. Time for me to get going. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thanks for dropping in, Cash. Appreciate you. Be safe. Have a good weekend. I quit watching Caveman. Too much product pushing in. His water changes are ridiculous. One day he will have a tank crash. Yeah, man, he is tough. He does push product all the time. And his water changes are insane. Like, he's so afraid of nitrates that he's willing to let them fish almost. He don't do this, but like an inch or two left of water in a tank. I like him. I like him. Uh, he's informative. I like him for his guides. But yeah, he's way too hard on the products, way too hard on the water changes. He's so afraid of nitrates. It's ridiculous. And even at 100 ppm nitrates, you really don't need to be that scared of nitrates. They're just, watching father fish and watching other people and doing research, you've got to have like 500 to 800 ppm nitrates to even start to do damage in your tanks. And I don't know if we can even achieve that number in our aquariums. So your 80, your 100 ppm nitrates is not such a huge deal that you need to do weekly 95% water changes. Appreciate you. My fish tanks. Yeah, he is Mr. Seakim. I'd love to get some of their products and get in with them too, but it is a bit much. But he's a cool dude. I've commented on his last video and asked if he would subscribe to my channel, and he did sub to me. The only thing I don't like about Caveman now is as time went on, like he does those member-only live streams, which is fine to a certain point. And I get emails from him, and it's just all about he's become a salesman. It's the best, simplest way I can put it, and I don't like salesmen. It seems like and you can tell he loves his fish, he enjoys his fish, and he loves the hobby, but he's turned into a salesman more than anything. 100 ppm, and that was after years of not changing it. Yeah. I mean, if you got a good established tank, your biological will take care of that. I got some yellow lab and have got more black and yellow over time. Yeah, Paul, I got one yellow lab, and then I have a bumblebee in there. I think yellow lab did, because I do have some yellow fish, so obviously he got into it a little bit. Had a hand in the old pocket of reproducing. Yeah, he works for Seacom for sure. I know that when he goes to any of the events that he promotes them and stuff like that, and that's great. I love it. And because of that, he gets rewarded very well. That 450-gallon tank, got professionally aquascaped for nothing. I mean, it's definitely perks with it. I would love to be in that situation. But like I said on, I think it was my last stream, even when I got to the point I wanted to get to with this hobby, which is just, being monetized, making some money off ads, and getting companies to want to send me their products and try, that I can turn around and give away for free if I didn't, and maybe keep some of it for myself, I would still not push products. Or you got to do a 95% water change, and you have to use the stability, and you have to use the prime, and you got to put the salt in, and you got to do this. You become a salesman at that point, and it takes the fun out of it. Yeah, he hit father fish pretty good that one time, because and I have respect for father fish because the old man's forgot more than I know, and some of his stuff's controversial and causes some stuff, but the man owns a fish store. He's in his 80s. He's been keeping fish his whole life, and he doesn't push product. He's not a salesman. He's wanting to help you do it naturally and get rid of all the crap. Nobody likes him for that because they're not making money on it. He has his own brand, his own design. He makes his own shit, and they don't like him for that. But Father Fish is an intelligent man, and he knows his stuff. Yeah. I got a lot of Holy Rock. I want more, because I'm going to be moving these Imbunas eventually to a 125, and I need more of that Holy Rock. But it's heavy, dude. It's heavy. That one on the left side over there, that is a heavy piece of stone. I would be happy if Fritz would sponsor me since I use Fritz Complete for my water conditioner. Yeah, same. You're like me, man. I'm not trying to get rich off YouTube. But I would like to make a little bit of money off ads eventually. Um, and what I would love is for companies to send me stuff that I could review and give away, because I want to start when I do my giveaways on my live streams. I want to give away something really nice, like an FX2, FX6, FX4, hang in the backs, good products, medicines, things like this. I want to give away and give back to you guys and reward you guys and help you guys and support back. That is my plan. I'd like to get to the point where I was like a Ben Ochart size, 50 some thousand, not even that many subs. It maybe that'll happen eventually, but he gets people sending him stuff all the time, food, products, and now he's promoting Aquarium Co-op, and he's affiliated with them, and they put all the lights on his tanks are from Aquarium Co-op. They're free. That's the point I'd like to get to, just to help offset the hobby, get free stuff, help give back, and at the same time, you're promoting products for people by doing that. That's it. That's what I'd love to get to, and that's what I'm pushing for. Can you make us a cool sticker for a fill alarm? May have to ask Dan. Yeah, I don't know how to make stickers, Laura, but I could try it. Lots of limes. I might need some for a 425. I'm jealous, dude. 425 gallon. Lots of limestone fossils. Good buffering. You're right, Paul. Right now, Bunny. Oh, Central. Hey, Robert. Thanks for coming in. Excuse me a minute. My tank's about full there. Code red. Thanks, Fishy on. Thanks, Janice. I'll be right back and turn this water off. Code red. So that power head, I have a fluid seat power head in that Mbuna tank. And it's funny about it is every once in a while when you unplug it and plug it back in, it'll be doing the reverse direction. I've taken it apart, cleaned it, plugged it in reverse direction. Sometimes it just gets like switch polars. Uh, and I have to like just keep unplugging it, plugging it in until it starts blowing the right direction. Next is the tiger bottom tank. And this is the 55-gallon Tiger Barb tank. I'm going to go ahead and start draining it. I have a Fluval 406 running this thing. 406, right? With a spray bar. There we go. So we'll get this one drained down, which, like I said, it's in need of a good water change anyways, because I was currently mending a Tiger Barb in here. If you look, you might see that Tiger Barb with the fungus on him after he took a jump out of that bucket. He's right there. Maybe closer. Now they're coming over here. So it's good that I'm going to get water changes and get some of that pure guard out. You know, refresh, fill with fresh water, and I may have to put some erythromycin in to get the rest of that fungal infection off of them. Yeah, Laura. At the beginning of the stream, I mentioned that I do want to get one of them clip-on mics. I've already done on my first 3 streams. I did giveaways already, but you are right. I want to get one of them clip-on mics so I can walk around and talk. You're 100% right on that. Appreciate you your input on that. Be like Dan and Deps. They have a nice clip-on mic. I just don't know what big clip-on mic to get. I think Dan told me a good one. I can't remember the name of it though. I would need a good clip-on mic for sure. Not that I plan on doing these kind of streams all the time, Laura. This was just the first time I've ever done a stream while doing time maintenance. I like to do different things on my lives until it needed to be done. So I'm kind of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone here. But you're right, I'm gonna get one. Any recommendations for a good clip-on mic? Well, that's cool. Yeah, birds too. We got a cockatiel and a flicker, and I understand that. Sometimes they need some help or attention. Love them dang birds. It's like having another human in the house. The one bird knows when we go to the bathroom, he hears us. He goes, "What you doing? Come here. What you doing?" It's a blast. Is M&C still here? All right, that's good enough. Oh, very cool, Janice. Um, yeah, we kind of did that with our Quaker parrot. My wife wanted one, and she was looking around, and she did find one in the neighborhood. But now she wasn't neglected, but the family that had her just was too busy for her. And you know, birds and Quakers, they like to have a lot of company, and they need like attention. They require it, and they were always on vacation. So, and they had loud kids. So the bird would constantly never had anybody, and the kids were loud and stressing it out. And so we took her, and she turned into a sweetheart. But she has issues from that. We call her bipolar because she'll go from loving you to hating you. Right now, I'm out of the circle. It's my wife's bird, and they always get along. But with me, I'm either in the circle or out of the circle. Right now, she hates my ass. She'll bite me. I'm cool. Yeah. And the same with my daughter. The Quaker parrot loves her and hates her, but the one constant is my wife. Well, that's cool. She's one of the birds, but she's crazy. That the cockatiels are sweet. They're nothing but friendly. Uh-oh. And that's funny, Janice, because last night when I was watching Dan's live, uh, we keep that cockatiel in my daughter's room, and I'll go in there and I'll sit on a chair and lean back and watching the bird will come over and land and just walk all over. He likes to get in your face and clean your face, but he's a little bastard because he'll chew like decals and lettering, and you're gonna quit that. But he's cute. But anytime I'm watching Dan and I'm in there, he'll be crawling all over me. Sometimes he'll get right here and get comfortable and fall asleep. Freaky Fish Lady, howdy. Thanks for coming in. Refilling the 55. And after that tank is done being filled up, I have completed all of my big tanks. Then I have two 10-gallon tanks under the 125, and I have a 20-gallon split male beta tank in my bedroom. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. Oh, wow, Adele. It's 2 a.m. for you? Good Lord. Well, I've stayed on longer. I've been on 9, 10, 11, and 2.5 hours. So as soon as this tank is done filling up, I am going to jump off. so I can finish tying things up. But I think it went pretty good. I think if I want to do more streams like this, every once in a while I do need to get a mic, a clip-on mic. Usually I just talk and hang out or do a giveaway or whatever, but I want to do a little bit of everything, you know. But I think this was pretty good. It didn't go too bad. But I only do this once a month, so this kind of stream won't happen all the time while doing tank maintenance. 2:30. Wow. Yeah, that's a bit early. So what time is it for you right now? Well, thank you, Lord. I appreciate it. I'm not as good at it as Dan is. He's got a nice process for walking around and doing it and keeping up in comments. And it does make doing tank maintenance a little bit more fun to chat with you guys and have somebody to do it along with. What'd you do, Adele? Just get up to go to the bathroom or something? You're gonna go back to bed, right? That is early. Sunday. It's Saturday here. Saturday at 11:35 a.m. here. 11:36. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Janice. Oh, yeah, I just like try a little bit of everything. I think next live stream will be a giveaway. We'll see. I think I'll do a giveaway every 3 streams. Now, if I do get bigger, because I am doing live streams more often again, the watch time hours are going up. The last I checked, I was at 915 subscribers, so I'm getting so close to 1,000 subscribers. Once I can get, my goal is to get 4,000 watch hours a year, and of course, get over that 1,000 subscribers, so I can start getting, a little revenue from doing this. And the bigger I get, and the companies might be more willing to send me some things, the bigger and better the giveaways will get, and more often. But you don't have the trip hazards. Still waiting for a swim. I did a short about a long time ago, and I reposted it about tripping over the python hose. Well, my aches and pains and the heat woke me up, and then I got to pee, and then I checked my notifications. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad you stopped in to see me, Adele. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's getting close, Laura. I've been doing a YouTube channel for like a year and a half now, and I'm just now approaching 1K. Some people hit it a lot faster, but that don't bother me. I'm just happy to finally get there. It's kind of exciting. Yeah, just hoping to get to the point, like I said, where I can offset the cost of the hobby and give nice giveaways. I don't want to have a giveaway stream and give away sample packets of food and stuff like that. I want to get to the point where I can give away FX2, FX4, FX6, hanging bags, medicine, things like this that are expensive that really will help. That's my goal. So once I get there, so the more you share my live, the more you share my channel, the more you let people know about my channel, the more subscribers you guys can help me get, is going to benefit us both, because I plan on giving away valuable gifts on my live streams, but I can't do it all on my own money right now. I did it 3 times in a row, and it was fine. You just pay for the shipping, but when you're sending liquids, that stuff adds up. It's heavy. And if I started doing that every stream, that would add up. So if I get to the point where vendors are actually sending me stuff, and I'm making a little bit of money off some ad revenue, even if it's just a small amount, it would help cover the cost of shipping things and giving back to you guys some expensive quality gifts. I used to watch him, and he started going off smoke. Yeah, he's still doing it. I like hanging out with him. His streams are fun, MNC. I really enjoy Dan, and he still does the smoke streams and stuff too. Yeah, to each their own. You know, and there's so many people on YouTube. There's something for everybody on here. If you don't like that, you certainly don't have to. He even tells people on a stream at times, "Hey, I'm about to smoke. If you don't like that, now's the time to leave." But he's a good dude. I really like him. He's knowledgeable. I have a good time when I go over there. Yeah, unless you're making, unless you have half naked women, or you're causing drama, or you're doing something dangerous, and you have millions of subscribers, the revenue is not going to be massive. I'm aware of that. For what I'm doing and what we do, it's not going to be. Now, I think Alex Fishery, he does good. Of course, KT Tropical Aquarium Club, they do decent. They make decent money off ads. I think Alex said on his one live stream that he, before he got sick or before he got banned there for a little bit, $300, $400 just in ads. I mean, that's to me is good money. So I'd love to get to that point. But you're $30, $20, even then, that's enough to cover shipping giveaways out. Yeah, fishing is. I watched him for years, but once he started that stream, that was it. Yeah, MC, I got you on it. I got you. It's not for everybody. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, if you don't like weed and dope and things like that, you don't have to. I mean, I don't do that stuff. I don't smoke dope. I don't smoke weed or do drugs or anything like that. But I mean, it doesn't bother me to watch them. I enjoy streams. Yeah, I saw that video. He broke it down, and I think he said he made like $300 or $400 on ads, and then when he got banned and he came back, it was only like $30. I'd love to just get to that point where I made enough money to cover the cost of giveaways. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I like hearing from YouTubers that are already monetized and the bigger channels and what they make, and it's interesting to get that inside look. Not a lot of people are willing to share that information. But hell, I don't care. I get big enough to where I can make even $20, $30. But companies are starting to send me things to review a little bit more often. I'd love that. I don't do anything either, but I love the people in the chat saying, "Yeah, Janice." And I like him too. He's a cool dude. He's very knowledgeable. I like his style. I like what he does. It's fun time. I'm struggling at the moment. I need to make another $40+ just to be able to access super. So I'm struggling at the moment. I need to make another $40+ just to be able to access the super chat revenue. So explain that to me, because I don't know how it works. What do you mean you need to make another $40? You need to make another $40 and say, I don't know how it works. So it'd be interesting to hear from you. I did that shop for years. It's harder stuff. Lost good friends from it. It's his thing, and that's fine. But yeah, no. Oh, I got you, MC. Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's something I've never really been into. A lot of people are. And what's funny though is it baffles my mind because YouTube doesn't have a problem with people smoking dope on the streams, and I see other people doing it, but yet I got in trouble for saying asshole on one of my videos. So how does that work? I need to stop this water. There we go. That's upon the old 406. Ha! It's all right. We're on top of it, but I appreciate it. We're just starting this thing, so. Correct. I was wondering about that, Janice. I have my super chats and memberships up and going now. But in order to be able to get that revenue, they make you accrue an amount before they let you access it. Oh, okay. And how do you accrue that amount? Is it through um, the ads or something? Or how does that work? Yeah, you got a freak fish lady. Don't get me wrong, Dan's a good guy. I've got plans from him and emailed him for a while. He's a good one for sure. Sure, I like him. Laura, they get 30% of all revenue. Wow. I thought it was 40%. I could be wrong. And then you pay the government tax on top of it. Yeah, it's 30. I got it all set up recently. So, Dale, if you're willing, how much, like, do they pay you monthly? And if they do, what does that look like for you? I mean, super chats are like tips, so that's additional. Yeah, you have to have 4,000 watch hours and have over 1,000 subscribers. But you can start getting super chats at 3,000 watch hours and 1K. Now they changed that recently. I'm just waiting to see if Adele's going to reply. I think it's monthly. I'm not quite there yet. I haven't reached the threshold. As I said, I need to earn about $40 more before they open it up for me. But you can ask June about it. She got more of a handle. Okay. Gosh, you can get 500 subs for 3,000. That's right. That's right. You're right. Thank you for correcting me on that. And then, from what I understand, that's better to just have people, if they want to do super chats, to send it to your PayPal because because YouTube takes their cut. If you do a PayPal donation instead, they don't get that cut. But however, this world is about convenience and quickness. It's much easier to hit that super chat or super sticker button than trying to go over to somebody's PayPal and do it, right? I'll do that, Scott. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm going to get off here. I've been on for coming up on almost 3 hours now. I got all the big tanks done. I certainly appreciate you guys hanging out with me and everybody that came in. We're going to go ahead and jump off of here. I will see you next Saturday, same time. We're going to go ahead and start doing a couple hour live streams each time because it's really helped my watch time hours. And I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. The turnout's been great. And I really enjoy having fun with you. Of course, the next live, we won't be doing any tank maintenance. We're just going to be chatting and possibly another giveaway time. Yes, you better go to bed, Adele. You're going to be crabby. Thank you, Freaky Fish Lady. See ya. Again, thank you again for coming by. I'm really enjoying hanging out with you guys. This live streams are much better this second time around since I've been doing them. And we'll see you next Saturday. You guys be safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate you. Thanks you for your help, Janice. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate all you guys. Yes, sir, Robert. We'll see you next Saturday. Go to sleep, Janice. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.